Hello there, Liverpool just beating Bournemouth by 3 goals to 1. I'm Chris Pajak, this is the Redmen TV. And I'll tell you what a start that was. I mean, seriously, it was atrocious, wasn't it? To be honest with you, I've just done my video once, and thanks to George for playing the longest Guns N' Roses song ever. Got taken down. So anyway, listen, Liverpool Football Club. First couple of minutes, absolutely pathetic, to be honest with you. I thought Trent Alexander-Arnold and Ibu Kanazi didn't know what was going on in those first couple of minutes, and you know, it was so bizarre because like these lads have played with each other enough now to have an understanding of where they're supposed to be. But it wasn't just off the ball. I mean, Trent Alexander-Arnold literally messes up, and it was on the ball that I thought that he was particularly terrible in those first sort of 10 minutes. And 2 minutes in, and all of a sudden Liverpool seems like 1 goal behind. Thankfully that one got chalked off. Then a couple of minutes later it is, and we've made the mistake again, and it's Trent who makes the mistake, and Alison as well, and just like, what on earth is going on here, boys? Come on, you've got to sort this stuff out. And you know, it's the first game in Anfield, and thankfully the crowd were up for it and started to fight and started to show that heart and belief in the sides, and thankfully that was the case, because I'm not sure Liverpool would have turned it around without that. But we do turn it around, we do start to get a handle on the game, we do start to get that ball and start to play our own football and kind of forget about the fact that it's 1-0 down. And I'm sure Virgil did the old captain thing, 0-0 lads and all that. And we turned it around, and you know, for me there was a couple of big players there. Dominik Szoboszlai I thought was absolutely superb throughout the entire game, you know, tracking back and then going forwards, finding players to sort of link up with and stuff. But it's that ability and that sort of willingness to track back and to help Trent Alexander-Arnold at times and try and win the ball back that really sort of separated. Mac Allister was neat and tidy on the ball, Szoboszlai, as I say, neat and tidy on the ball. Don't really think that Cody Gakpo had one of his best games, to be honest with you. Thought he was a little bit in and out. I thought it was a little bit wishy-washy and didn't really sort of get a grip of the game and stuff like that. But you know, the front 3 players I thought all did well at times. You know, Mo, I thought, you know, when Trent Alexander-Arnold moved to the middle and Salah was coming on the outside, I wanted Dom to be a little bit there, because Salah was getting himself into situations where he was touching, you know, he had chalk on his boots on the sideline, and he wasn't really in the area of the field where he can affect the football back. So I wanted Dom to be out there a little bit. He found himself inside. Diaz is finding himself inside the whole time, and you know, Jota, I think it is, with his deflected cross and all that. Diaz flicks that ball up, does he, and then whacks it into the back of the net. And thankfully we're back in the game, and the crowd is really on it at this point, and it's loud where I am in the back of the Kop, and it's as loud as almost it's ever been. Certainly last season in the Premier League we never really got that loud, and there's that belief and first home game and everything else, and the fact that we've come from sort of a goal behind is exactly what you needed, isn't it? So yeah, Diaz with a cracking little finish there. Then obviously, you know, we get the second, don't we, through Salah. I will be honest, it didn't look like it was a penalty from where I was. I was the complete other end. I was screaming for it, of course, but it didn't look like a penalty. And then Salah takes it, and I was sort of looking, I go, fancy it? Oh, not really, mate. But it's a non-penalty goal, and non-penalty goals are what people count at the end of the season, so that's a good thing, of course. Salah with another non-penalty goal. Kind of thought he might have missed that one as well. And then the third goal, of course, Jota on the spot, of course. You know, that's it, isn't it? He's just that fox in the box. He just wants to go there. He just wants to find little spaces where we can get the football into the back of the net. And actually, weirdly, I think we'd had Mac Allister sent off at the time. In fact, yeah, we did. We had Mac Allister sent off, and then the space opens up, and Szoboszlai was right into that space. As that shot deflected, maybe makes it difficult for the keeper. He palms it out. Jota's there on the spot. And those sort of first 5-10 minutes after we had a man sent off, I thought we were really good. I thought it kind of wasn't as crowded, and Liverpool players had a little bit more space to do their own thing and stuff, so that was really good. But the sending off itself, like, there was no reaction from anybody, was there? You know, certainly where I was in the Kop, it was like, what? It's a red card, really? Are you kidding me? Like, why? It didn't feel like a red card, and you know, there was no players rushing over there, no ball players, oh, it's a red card and all that shit. It just didn't happen. So I don't know. I mean, I've seen it back, and you know, I watched it from Paul's video just then, and maybe his foot's high, but yeah, maybe it's one of them ones that gets a little bit rescinded and stuff. I'm not 100% sure. And then 80 minutes into the game, at that point I'm starting to think, all right, Liverpool have done really well here, and that's when Bournemouth came into it a little bit more. They got their handle on the fact that Liverpool have only got 10 men, and I think Liverpool tired a little bit, to be honest with you, at that point as well, because of the 10 men, because they've not really played 90 minutes apart from the first game of the season. In pre-season and stuff, we weren't doing 90s really, so I felt like we entered this season a little bit undercut, but I think we'll be a little bit better for that, to be honest with you, for the fact that we've kind of had to go out there and put 90 minutes in and go down to 10 men, and hopefully Mac Allister's is rescinded and he doesn't get a 3-game ban and all that type of stuff. Endo comes in as a good first 5 minutes, wins the ball, sets us on a break and stuff like that. Excellent. Another one where him and Dominik Szoboszlai, I think, were beasted past and they went on the break, but generally speaking, neat and tidy, kept the ball well, won us the ball back a couple of times as well. Yeah, so not an easy first game for Endo, but I think he was okay, and I think that's all you can kind of expect when a Liverpool player comes on in the first game at Anfield and they're down to 10 men. So yeah, all in, I thought the strikers and the forward players did really well. The defenders, I thought Andy Robertson did well, I thought Virgil van Dijk did well. I wasn't particularly enamoured with Konate and Trent, but when Trent starts those crossfield balls, man, I mean, it's just sensational, isn't it? But, and he definitely got into the game, certainly. So yeah, all in all, 3 points, chicken and soup for the soul at Anfield. First game of the season, sun's shining, one more for you, like. So.